Did you know that some everyday characteristics, which many consider normal, can be signs of something much bigger? If you've ever felt like your mind is on a constant roller coaster that never stops, or that simple tasks seem impossible, this video is for you. Today, we're going to talk about 4 alarming symptoms of ADHD that you can't ignore, and how understanding them can transform your life. 1. The mind that never turns off. Have you ever felt like your mind is an engine that never turns off, even when everything around you is silent? For many people with ADHD, this is not just an occasional sensation, but a constant reality. Thoughts run over each other, jumping from one topic to another without giving time to breathe. It's like being on a road where the brakes just don't work. This intense mental activity, which seems uncontrollable, often makes it difficult to rest, transforming the simple act of sleeping into a monumental challenge. Over time, this can lead to insomnia and, consequently, fatigue that never seems to disappear, as if the person is constantly exhausted, both mentally and physically. Furthermore, this excess of thinking can fuel anxiety, creating a cycle in which tiredness and worry reinforce each other. But there is a practical and simple way to alleviate this feeling of mental overload. Before bed, try creating a journal of your thoughts. Take a notebook or even your cell phone's notepad and write down everything that comes to your mind. It doesn't need structure or perfection. Just pour your ideas, concerns, or even to-do lists on a paper. This simple practice helps to empty the mind, bringing a feeling of relief and helping the brain understand that it is time to slow down. And if a restless mind is a great challenge, imagine what happens when, despite effort, the focus insists on escaping day-to-day tasks. That's what we'll talk about in the next topic. 2. Focus that easily escapes. Have you ever started your day with energy, determined to complete an important task, but then suddenly find yourself scrolling social media or thinking about something completely different? For those with ADHD, this situation is more common than you might think. Focus seems to be something slippery, difficult to maintain, even with effort. This difficulty can transform simple activities into real challenges, impacting performance at work, studies, and even when interacting with other people. The problem is that, upon realizing that the task was not completed as it should, many people end up feeling frustrated or even incompetent, carrying the weight of constant failure that can affect their self-esteem. A practical and effective solution for training focus is the Pomodoro method. This technique consists of dividing time into blocks. Work intensely for 25 minutes, and then take a short 5-minute break. This alternation helps the brain stay engaged and avoids the mental fatigue that comes with long periods of concentration. Furthermore, the expectation of a brief break can motivate the brain to remain alert while working. Over time, this practice can transform even the most challenging tasks into possible, well-organized activities. But staying focused is not the only challenge. And when the already overloaded mind starts to forget appointments and important details. In the next topic, we will explore how this can affect everyday life and what to do to deal with the situation. 3. Impaired short-term memory. Have you ever forgotten an important appointment or missed a deadline, even though you knew how essential it was? For many people with ADHD, this is not just an occasional slip-up, but a recurring difficulty. Short-term memory seems to fail at the most critical moments, such as when remembering a task that needs to be delivered or an important detail in a conversation. These small oversights, although they may seem insignificant to others, can have a profound impact on the self-esteem of those who face the problem. It is not uncommon for feelings of incompetence or irresponsibility to arise, even when there is a constant effort to keep everything under control. One way to alleviate this mental overload and avoid forgetting is to use organization tools, such as digital calendars or reminder apps. Whenever an appointment or task comes up, write it down immediately without relying on memory alone. Automate reminders whenever possible, so notifications serve as a timely reinforcement. These tools help reduce the burden of trying to remember everything and create a more predictable, less stressful routine. Forgetfulness can affect our practical routine, but the emotional impact of ADHD goes beyond that. In the next topic, we will explore how emotions can also get out of control and how to deal with them in a more balanced way. 4. Unexpected emotional outbursts. Have you ever reacted intensely to something that, looking back, didn't seem to warrant much? For those living with ADHD, sudden mood swings and exaggerated reactions to small situations are more common than you might think. These emotional outbursts often arrive without warning, turning small frustrations into difficult-to-control emotional storms. Something as simple as a delay or a misinterpreted comment can trigger feelings of anger, sadness, or anxiety in an intense and disproportionate way. The impact of these reactions goes beyond the person experiencing them. Relationships can be damaged, alienating friends and family who often do not understand that these outbursts are unintentional. This can create isolation, increasing the feeling of being disconnected from the people around you. But there are ways to deal with these emotions in a healthier way. A simple but powerful technique is diaphragmatic breathing. When you feel that your emotions are coming to the surface, inhale deeply through your nose for 4 seconds. Hold the air for another 4 and slowly exhale through your mouth for 6 seconds. Repeating this process a few times helps to slow down the nervous system, giving time for emotions to be processed in a more balanced way. Never forget, ADHD is a part of you, but it is not all of you. Each step toward understanding and managing these challenges strengthens your ability to live fully and achieve what really matters to you. The path may not always be easy, but every effort counts. And most importantly, you don't have to face this alone. With knowledge, support, and the right tools, the first step towards meaningful change starts now.
If you enjoyed this video and want to see more content like this, we prepared the next video especially for you. Click here to watch.